So everyone understand what I am telling? From the very basic I am going. Okay, already some of you know, and some of you also knew about this thing. But don't worry, very slowly I'll go, and you just interact with me. Okay, you message in the chat section or message in my WhatsApp. Okay, I'll be staying and I'll wait. Okay, I'll not go speak. Okay, so you just interact with me. Yes, charge on the body. Okay, so this basically will study about charge. In the 12th chapter, I'm telling when charge at rest. Okay, that is basically called electrostatics. When charge at rest, that is called electro. Okay, due to the charge, it is coming electric thing is coming electro. Statics means rest. Static means rest. That is electrostatics. Okay, that means what is this electrostatics? Now here in the first thing, we'll study actually your electric charge field, electric force, potential, capacitance. Up to capacitance we'll study here. Okay, the charge at rest up to capacitance. I'm telling the chapters. Okay, whatever you are following the chapter, either state board or NCERT. Okay, up to capacitance, electric charge, electric field, electric force, potential. Whatever we'll study, charge at rest normally we'll take electrostatics. When charge is moving with constant speed, okay, that is comes basically here under the current electricity chapter. Okay, so this is basically we study about the current I. Okay, a current is flowing I, so that we'll study, and we'll study also magnetic effect of current. So here magnetism or magnetostatics will start also. Okay, so that means when Q is moving with constant speed, so there is a field, another field will come, that is magnetic field. Okay, so we'll study that also. And when Q is accelerating, we'll study about electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave. Okay, so here we'll study at the last. Okay, in the last of the 12th chapters. Okay, and apart from this, this is the part 1. Okay, part 1 NCERT will complete like this. Then after part 2 will be starting for ray optics. Okay, so when ray optics will start, it will go actually for taking by light consideration, but it is a different part. So part 1 fully 11th, 12th chapters, these 3, based on these 3 principles, like 3 classifications. Okay, so that I want to tell you to make the note, and I'll show you note here. Okay, so here just understand this total electricity and magnetism. Okay, it's classified like electrostatics and magnetostatics, and one is electromagnetic waves. Okay, and when you are telling electrostatics, now when charges are at rest, okay, we'll understand what is the concept of charge. Below we have heading, we'll write, but first a classification will write. Now when a plus charge is given here, that is Q. So when it is a plus charge, it is, you are telling it is a Q. When this Q is at rest, so this is the charge Q. When Q is at rest, then what is happening? It produces only electric field. Okay, there will be no other field, only electric field. And here V equal to 0. You see here written V equal to 0, and acceleration also 0. A vector is 0. So that means what you are understanding? Now velocity of this charged particle is 0, and acceleration of the charged particle is 0, and it produces only electric field. Okay, we'll understand about the electric field also in this case. Then after, when charges are moving with constant velocity, so when constant velocity, then after acceleration 0. How it is coming acceleration 0? Now everyone know velocity, rate of change of velocity is basically acceleration. If I am taking V is a constant, now derivative of a constant is always 0. So that's why here acceleration is coming 0. So when velocity constant, acceleration 0, and then after it produces both electric and magnetic field. Remember, when a charge is moving with constant speed, it produces both electric and magnetic field. Okay, and this d by dt, v means the derivative of velocity. Huh? Okay, so we have know about 12 that things. We'll tell also, sometimes I'll tell the formulas if you forget derivative formula. Now come to third one. Third one is electromagnetic waves. Everyone see this? It is basically accelerated charge. That means when a charge is moving, but the motion is how? The charge is not accelerating. Sorry, charge is not moving with constant velocity. Charge is accelerating. That means accelerating means what? The velocity is changing with respect to time. But here velocity is constant. What is velocity constant means? Now if it is 5:10 o'clock, so this is 5:10 p.m. Then at 6:10 p.m. also velocity is same, and 7:10 p.m. also velocity is same. So that is a constant velocity with respect to time. Velocity not changing, but here velocity is changing with respect to time. So that's why here acceleration is there. So that's why accelerated charge, and it produces both electric and magnetic field, along with it radiates some energy. Okay, that is called electromagnetic energy or electromagnetic wave. Okay, so electromagnetic wave will come. So I want you to write these three classification. Please write this. Okay, so your half chapters in 12th will go with this only, half chapters. Okay, half of the chapters will go with this: electrostatics, magnetostatics, and electromagnetic wave. Okay, so please write. If anyone is having any doubt, ask. And this is a normal thing only, and just for an idea, just I'm telling. And from here also you can get some MCQ. Okay, when a charge is moving with constant velocity, then it produces what? Now only electric field, only magnetic field, both electric field and magnetic field, and D none of the above. Okay, like that type of question they can ask. Okay. So please write this, the normal thing. Kaushal, my voice is clear, or it is like fast going? Is it clear? My voice, audio is clear? Okay, Kaushal, okay. Okay, you please tell me, huh? In between tell. Dinesh and Niveta, did you understand what I told? Prithvi, Bhatri? Everyone understood what I explained? Okay. Okay, so some classes will go with this. Okay, it will go with some this one. Then after some day or next class we'll try to see in the board. Okay, board will try to see, but it is very clear because for just to share this screen, you don't take many like so much MB. So that's why the writing will be clear for you. Okay, so whatever you'll watch on the screen, it will be very clear. Okay. So everyone, when completed, please message in the chat section. First three you write the classification. And still, if anyone not getting, please ask me. I'll tell. Again, I'll tell. So electrostatic is the study of charges are at rest. Magnetostatic means charges are moving with constant velocity. Yeah. Okay, good Vishnu. I'll go just here. The electromagnetic wave means accelerated charge. When charge is getting accelerated, we'll get a moment. Okay. So this is the first class. That's why I'm taking from here. Okay. Then after we'll understand the concept of charge. Okay. If you are understanding concept of charge, then you can understand electrostatics very clearly. Okay. And always remember your 12th chapters are based on the like how concepts. First of all, concept. You have to remember that. Then after mathematical formula. Then after how to apply that. These three things you have to follow always. First, you remember what concept is there. What is the charge? What is the properties of charge? Okay. What is current? What is the properties of current? Or what is electric field? What is properties? What is the formula? Then after application. Okay. So everyone, please stick to this and complete. Only Vishnu completed. Please everyone tell. Others if completed, please message. I'll go further. Okay. Okay, Rohini, Vishnu, Prithvi. Okay, good. Kaushal completed. Binodini. Okay, Binodini. I'm explaining again. Okay, Sabita. Okay. Okay. Just once I'm explaining. You see, electrostatics. It means what? Na charge at rest. So when a charge is not moving. Okay. Rest means what? It is not moving. So you can write here. Okay. Charge at rest means what? Na charge is not moving. Charge is not moving. Charge is not moving. That is charge at rest. And it produces only electric field. It produces only electric field, and the velocity of charge particle is 0. Okay. And your acceleration also 0. Okay. Because velocity is the derivative of velocity is acceleration. As velocity 0, so acceleration also 0. Okay. According to time, the charge is at rest. That is called electrostatics. Okay. Binodini, clear? Okay. Now come to magnetostatics. So magnetostatics what? Now charge is moving with constant speed or constant velocity. That means with respect to time, charge is moving but not changing its velocity. Okay, that means velocity is always constant. That means if it is going with 20 meter per second, the charge particle is going with a 20 meter per second. Okay, at 8 o'clock, then at 9 o'clock also, you are watching, it is going with a 20 meter per second. Okay, so according to time, it is not changing its speed or velocity. Velocity. Okay. Velocity means both constant velocity means both magnitude and direction should be same. Now, so that time it produces two field. One is electric field, another is magnetic field. Okay. And when charge is accelerating, that time it produces electric and magnetic, but along with it emits energy. That is called electromagnetic energy or electromagnetic wave. It radiates energy. That is called EM wave. EM wave is nothing but that is a like a spectrum. EM wave spectrum. Everyone listen. In the optics only, you'll study this about the dispersion. You can see the electromagnetic spectrum means it is a spectrum like this. It is a wave structure. Everyone see this. And here some part of the wave we can see. That is called visible part. That is called visible part, which you can see. That is your white light. This is your white light you can see, but other parts you cannot see. Okay. And about this electromagnetic spectrum, we'll study in details. All spectrum we'll see. Okay. In the details in the electromagnetic waves. That is in the last will come. It is in the last. Okay. Okay. So that's the idea. So no need to worry about this. Now, please come to concept of charge. Okay. Binodini, please complete. Okay. Now come to concept of charge. Yes. So first of all, I told you from the beginning what I told. Okay. Binodini, you have not written, please write. You understood, ma? Binodini? Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Now see, concept of charge. Understand about the concept of charge? Yeah. What is concept of charge here? Yes, yes. Niveta, I'll send you. But you understand. You see, there are so many books, there are so many notes. If in class you are not understanding, then this is not useful at all. Okay, so you understand. Now please see here. Please mute. Someone please mute. Yeah. Now understand about concept of charge. So what is concept of charge here? Now here, electric charge is the physical property of matter that causes it to experience a force when placed in an electromagnetic field. The excess or deficiency of electrons, basically called concept of charge. Okay, so that means if you want to understand charge, you have to see one object is a excess of electron or is a deficiency of electron. Okay, that is basically forms charge. Okay, so here the what is I'm telling, this is a definition, just to write it. Okay, no need to understand, just write. Okay, the experience of force in an electric field or electromagnetic field. That's all. Then the types of charges, one is positive, negative, and it is a scalar quantity. Okay, this charge is what? That is a scalar quantity. Okay, so charge is a scalar quantity. Okay, and here charge is a scalar quantity. That means charge can be added like a scalar, like a simple multiplication you can do simply. What you can do? Simply addition you can do for charge. Okay, suppose two charges are there. If you want to add them, simply add. If you want to multiply them, simply multiply. Okay, there is no rule. There is no rule to multiplication. There is no rule to addition. Okay, so that is basically normally scalar multiplication it obeys. So that's what is a scalar quantity. I hope you are understanding. So please write this 4 point, everyone. Please write, it is important, right? Okay. Whatever points I'll write here along with the units, please write. So these 4 points you write. Write heading concept of charge, which experience a force when placed in the electromagnetic field. Okay. Okay. And the excess or a deficiency. That means if an object is excess of electron. So excess of electron means it is positive charge. Remember, if it is excess of electron, so excess of electron means negative charge. Excess of electron means more electron. Then body will be negative charge. And if a deficiency of electron, then it is positive charge. Okay. So if your object is deficiency of electron, then it is positive charge. Deficiency means there is a short of electron. Okay. That is a less electron. When a excess of electron is there, then body is negative charge. That's I wrote. And other you can understand. Deficiency you can understand. Okay. So that's why according to that, so type of charges, one is positive charge and one is negative charge. Okay. So please write these 4 points. When completed, please tell me. So write a note in the class. Okay. You don't wait for that. That you will write later. Yes, battery. Okay. Okay, Vishnu. Okay, Prithvi, Rohini. Okay. So excess means I'll tell what is the excess meaning. We will calculate also charge of some objects. Okay. Don't do it. I'll come to another 2 points. So what is that? Another 2 point is symbol. Okay, symbol of charge. So mostly symbol of charge you can give as Q. Okay, that means small q or capital Q. Whatever you can give, small q or capital Q you can give. Okay. And the SI unit is Coulomb. Okay, this is actually a scientist name. So here written Coulomb, COULOMB, and that letter is basically C, capital C. Okay, capital C. Okay, and Q you write, that is basically a that dimension. It is called dimension. That is M0, L0, T to the power 1 and A to the power 1. Okay, why this is I'll tell you. Okay, in this page I'm telling, please everyone understand. So in this page, okay, is it audible? Also, please check anyone. Okay, what I'm telling you, see here. Now Q is charge. Charge is not a fundamental quantity. Remember, in 12th, sorry 11th. Remember in 11th you studied 7 SI fundamental quantity. 7 fundamental quantities. 7 SI base quantities. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, thank you, Kausal. Now you SI equal to 7 quantity are there. In that 7 quantity, you are having mass and you are having length, mass, length, and you are having time. Okay, you are having time and you are having temperature. You are having temperature in the 11th you studied this. If you forget, I'm writing. temperature, and one is temperature and electric current. So it is a current. So current means it is I. Current means it is I. And one is luminous intensity, and one is quantity of matter. Okay. So this 7 quantity you know in the 11th standard: mass, length, time, temperature, current, and the luminous intensity Li, and quantity of matter. Okay. And everything are having units. Okay. So mass is having unit kg. It is meter. It is second. It is second. And temperature is having Kelvin. Okay, Kelvin. And this current is having ampere. Current is having unit what? Ampere. And you see, in this 7 quantity, I am not writing charge. So that means in SI base quantity or SI fundamental quantity, we don't have charge in the fundamental. So charge is not a fundamental quantity. Charge is a derived quantity. How you can find? Now you can find from here. Okay, you know I equal to Q by T. We will study later this one, but I'm just telling here. So Q equal to nothing but I into T, current into time. That means you take current from here, and multiply with the time. Okay, multiply with the time, it will give you the quantity which is charge. Okay, so that's why charge is a fundamental, not a fundamental quantity. It is a derived quantity. Okay, in SI system, it is a derived quantity. Okay, so Q equal to IT. So that means here charge unit is what I'm telling. Now charge unit is Coulomb. Charge unit is Coulomb, and I unit is ampere. I unit is ampere, and T unit is second. T unit is second. Okay, so that's why you are writing Coulomb equal to nothing but ampere into second. Coulomb is nothing but ampere into second. Okay, so this is what written here. Please write this again. I'll tell you. Okay, and when I write dimension, you write, you see there time to the power 1 and a to the power 1. That's why ampere, for ampere it is a, for second it is T. Okay, so that's what is written. So this 3 point you write, last 3 point: symbol, SI unity, and dimension of charge. Then after we'll go to unity, some other unity. Please complete. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay. This is normal thing you wrote. Okay, that is not an issue. Okay. Now see some another unity. Remember some another unity? Yes. You see, someone is asking me why this charge is a scalar quantity. Again, I'm explaining in this board. You see in the plain board, I'm explaining why it is a scalar quantity. Because you see, suppose here you are having Q1 charge. So this is your suppose 2 microcoulomb. Micro is the unit of charge. Okay. You see, someone is asking me why charge is scalar. I'm explaining that. Then a 3 Q2 equal to 3 microcoulomb. So it is a whole system. So in this whole system, okay. So in this whole system, if I want to ask what is the total charge, if I want to ask what is the total charge, now here you will tell total charge is 2 plus 3, that is your 5 microcoulomb. That means when you are defining Q2, you are not telling Q2 is from left to right or Q2 is from up to down. Any direction you are not telling. Okay, when you are explaining also Q1, similarly you are not know direction, only you are telling some Q1 is there. Okay, then when you are calculating, just simply you are adding them. Okay, so that means what? That means some algebraic addition it is obeying and no need any direction. Yeah. No, 11th question I'll teach. In between I'll teach ma Niveta. Okay, you don't worry. Because you see, this 12th and 11th together we have to take. So this electrostatic is a chapter where we can study both together. You see, no, some 11, 7 quantity I told now, 11 chapters. Okay, I'll not skip anything. I'll go slowly and I'll go with everything. Don't worry. Nivedita, okay? Nivedita, understanding? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, now we'll understand some other unit. What is that other unity? Now this is here. See here. ESU. What is ESU? Now, ESU means electrostatic unit. Okay. So ESU means what? Electrostatic unit. Okay. Those who want to write, you write ESU, small e, SU. Okay. That is electrostatic unit. And in this unity, what we have? Now we have start coulomb. Okay. That unity of the charge is basically start coulomb, or you can tell st.c. Okay. Like that we can tell start coulomb. Okay, start coulomb is the unity in SU system. ESU is what actually? ESU is the CGS system. Okay, this is basically CGS system of the charge. There are two CGS system. One is ESU, one is EMU. What is EMU? EMU is electromagnetic unit. Okay, so EMU is what? Electromagnetic unity, and ESU is electrostatic unity. Okay. Everyone understanding? Yeah. And in this two unity, charge unity is different. So in electrostatic unity, you are having start coulomb. In electromagnetic unity, you are having ab coulomb. This is you see FBC, AB coulomb. That AB coulomb means it is absolute coulomb. AB coulomb means absolute coulomb. Okay. Absolute coulomb, that is called basically AB. Okay. And here it is symbol you can give is A, B, C or SC like this. Okay. This symbol you can give, no issues. Yes. Start coulomb is the unit actually. You see how I defined coulomb. Similarly, I am defining start coulomb. Coulomb is the scientist name. Okay, Coulomb's law will study. It is a physicist name. So according to his name, charge is given coulomb unit. Okay. And here this start coulomb is also called Franklin. Franklin also is a scientist name. It is a physicist name. It is also called Franklin. So that is given as capital F. Franklin is given as capital F. Okay. And one ESU charge, remember, one electrostatic unit of charge or one Franklin, whatever telling, that is basically 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 9 coulomb. Okay, this value you have to remember. This is normal for entrance level. Whenever they'll give in question start coulomb, so immediately you can convert to coulomb with this formula. So one ESU of charge or one start coulomb is 1 by 3 into 10 to the power 9 coulomb. Similarly, EMU of charge, right? That is ab coulomb. So what is ab coulomb? Now ab coulomb is nothing but 10 coulomb. Okay, 10 coulomb. That is called electromagnetic unit of charge. So that is 10 times of 1 coulomb. Okay. So please write this. This is a normal thing you have to remember. And in the down, one relation is written between coulomb, start coulomb, and ab coulomb. Okay. AB means absolute coulomb. You see. So this is also called absolute. So absolute, for absolute, I'm writing ab. Okay, the word I am bringing from absolute. So absolute coulomb. Yeah. And EMU means electromagnetic unity. Okay, those who are asking what is ESU and EMU, I'm writing here. Okay. Those who are asking what is ESU and EMU, I'm writing here. ESU is electrostatic unity. Okay, so EMU means electromagnetic unity of charge, and ESU means electrostatic unit of charge. Electrostatic unit. Electrostatic unit. Okay. I hope you are understanding, all of you. Electrostatic unit, no. You see, ESU means electrostatic unit. U means unit. EMU means electromagnetic unit. Okay. And this stands for the unit of charge. Okay. So that is the unit of charge. No need to worry about this. It is just a unit of charge. So in CGS unity, that is electrostatic unity and electromagnetic unity. And under that, we are getting start coulomb and ab coulomb respectively. Okay. And whatever relation written, you please write. Okay. No need to worry. No need to take tension. Just write the expression and remember this. Okay. So these are unit. Okay. There are so many types of unit, you know. So in electromagnetic case, we use ab coulomb. In electrostatic case, sometimes in CGS, you are using start coulomb, or normally in SI unity, we write coulomb. So mostly we do in SI unit. Okay. Mostly we do in SI unit. Okay. So don't worry. So whenever in question they will change start coulomb or they will give ab coulomb, that time we have to change to coulomb like this. Okay. In this method we will change. So please write. And one important point to write here, this Franklin. Franklin is called basically smallest unit of charge. And one is there Faraday. Faraday is called largest unit of charge. And 1 Faraday is 96,500 coulomb. So you also write that. This is just information. Okay. So Faraday is the also unit of charge. So this is the largest unit of charge. Okay. So very big unit. Coulomb also too much big. Okay. So that's why in our electrostatic case we have a micro coulomb, nano coulomb, like that one we can have. Okay. I'll tell also. Remember, one micro and a nano. I'm just writing here. Okay. Those who want to understand, suppose 1 micro sometimes. 1 micro means 10 to the power minus 6. 10 to the power minus 6. And 1 nano means 10 to the power minus 9. So this type of charge also we have. Okay. So 1 nano coulomb means 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb. 1 micro coulomb means 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. Okay. So I hope you are understanding. Micro, nano. Yes. But 1 Faraday is the largest unit. Okay. Okay. So everyone please write this note and keep this in mind. Okay. This will help you in the numericals. Okay. Because when you solve the numerical, they'll give in start coulomb. Okay. They'll give in start coulomb. Okay. So you have to convert to coulomb because so many times we need in SI unit. Okay. Okay, everyone, understood? Should I go to next page? No, it is small f. Oh, sorry. Franklin, you have written what? You take a small. You will take FR. Okay, you take FR. That will be good. In Franklin, you write this is small f, sorry, capital F, small r. Okay, capital F, small r, write Franklin. Okay, and Faraday, you write capital F. Faraday, you write capital F. Okay, okay, and Prithvi, start Coulomb with the CGS unit of charge. Okay, so you don't worry about this. So just keep in mind it is a conversation factor. It will help you conversation. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's all. And sometimes also you'll get pico. 1 pico means 10 to the power minus 12. Okay, 1 picometer or picocoulomb, like that one. Okay, but mostly you'll get nano and micro. Okay, or millicoulomb. Millicoulomb means you can know that milli, let me write, that will be good. Because milli, you know, 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, milli. 1 milli means 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Millimeter, that you tell, no, like that. Okay, good. So this is about the charge. Now let me go to, okay, let me go to some other thing. Properties of charge. Okay. So everyone please write this. I'll explain and you write. Okay. It is not any big thing you can understand. You can understand. Okay. So just to write like pico means 12, 10 to the power minus 12. Yeah. Now write, heading you write properties of charge. Okay. Heading you write properties of charge. Now what is the properties of charge here? Okay, now see. So like charges repel each other. Okay, like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So like means positive positive or negative negative. So positive positive or negative negative, they will repel, or positive negative, they will attract. Okay, so that is the nature law. So in nature it happens. Okay, so that's why repulsion and it attraction. So that's why written like charges repel, unlike charges attract each other. Number 2, charge always resides on the outer surface of the conductor. So what is this property? Now this property is telling, okay, that if it is a conductor there, you see any arbitrary shape conductor is there, in this conductor on the surface, you see on the surface only plus charge is there. Okay, that means if a conductor is there and if I am putting a charge inside the conductor, this charge will come to the surface. Okay, that's why the property we are telling, charge always resides. That means charge always stays. Okay, charge always residing on the surface, outer surface of conductor. That is one property. In examination also, the question they can ask, if you are giving more charge to a soap bubble. Okay, a bubble is there, you are giving more charge to soap bubble. Then what will happen? Its radius will increase or decrease. Now when you give the charges, then what will happen? The charge will remain on the surface. Then each charge, you know, positive charge will repel. So if positive charge will repel, if they will come closer, they will repel each other. So that means the surface of the soap bubble will increase. If surface of the soap bubble is increasing, then a radius from the center also increasing. Okay, that means if it is r, it is r prime. Okay, then r prime is greater than r. Okay, r prime is greater than r. That means after charging, the soap bubble expands. Okay, that's the written, soap bubble expands on charging. So r is greater than, r prime is greater than small r. Okay. So radius will increase. So that idea, that can be a question. So you can remember with this property. Okay, these two property, right? Then after I'll tell the third property because I cannot see in the display. So please complete this. Okay. So to complete, right? Like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Always charge resides on the outer surface of the conductor. Okay, and that example also, right? Okay, while charging, the radius of the soap bubble increases. Radius of soap bubble increases. Okay, and Nivetha, reside means stay. stay. Okay, that means charge is staying here. That means suppose it is your home. Okay, now you are staying at home. What you tell? Now will tell you are residing at home or residing here. Similarly, charge is residing here. Charge is staying here. Okay, so you are residing like that in that. That's why now from reside what your residence. So where is your residence? Or we calculate, we find sometimes residence certificate. Okay, where you stay, that is the property. Okay, where you stay. So where charge stays on the conductor. Okay, so Prithvi is asking why charge remains on the surface of the conductor. Actually, it is a property. It is happening like that. Why? Now, because here when you will keep a charge here, this charge will induce a charge, another charge here actually. Okay, you see another charge is inducing here. Then what will happen? Now this is the total charge Q, and it is when inducing, it is, I'll tell also what is the induction. The negative charge is coming here, and due to that, another positive charge is coming on the surface of the conductor. Okay, that means if you are keeping a Q here, this automatically this Q is coming to outer surface. Okay, so this is due to property of induction, you can tell also. So in the next class we'll study, okay, about the charging property. Okay, it is charging property. We'll see. Yes, yes, yes. You can understand whatever I'm telling, ma. Ani, you can understand. Yeah, Ani, you can understand what I'm telling. My language you can understand, right? Okay. Now come to the third one, third and fourth property. So this property, right? For a conducting body, charge density is uniform. Okay, I'll explain here in the board, then after I'll go to this. Okay, remember what I'm telling. Now for a conducting body, charge density is not uniform. It is maximum where radius curvature is minimum. Okay, that means what I'm telling. Now I want to tell this. Okay, I want to tell like this. That means suppose a conductor is there. Okay, conductor is there. You see here it is some blunt like some or like this one you take conductor. Okay, the conductor you take. Okay. In this conductor you see. So this is your surface. This surface you see this left side surface. So here to here radius is what more. But you see in this case, you can see here radius smaller. Why? Because radius is small here. Because here what is the curvature is? You see, this curvature is a small curvature. So here radius is less. So that means curvature of the radius. This curvature means this one. This is called a curvature. Okay, where the line is curving. Okay, that one. This is left side. This is the right side. Now see, understand? So here R is greater. So here charge will stay less. So you see, I'm giving only 3 positive charge. And here radius is more. Okay, here radius is more. So that's why I have to give the charge how much? My charge also more. So here also I'm giving how much? My charge is more. That means where radius is minimum, their charge will remain more charge. Okay. That means if a Q charge you are giving to this, okay, then here it will be Q by 4 and here it will be 3Q by 4. Okay, like that you understand. Okay, that means suppose a specific charge you are giving to this, then more charge will remain at this surface where radius is minimum. That means what you are understanding? Now, whenever curvature is less, that means whenever a sharp structure, you see, whenever a sharp structure is there, so in this sharp or pointed, in this pointed structure, charge accumulates more. Charge accumulates more. Okay, that's why you remember in your home. Okay, in your home, the lightning rod is made sharp. So here you see in temple or in your home. Okay, what happens? Basically, there the lightning rod makes very sharp, such that whatever charge is coming from the cloud, okay, because due to collision of the clouds, charge is coming. So this charge will come to this pointed structure, okay, and it will accumulate here more charge. Then it will go through this wire to the ground, okay. So that is the use basically. So that's why for a conductor body, the radius of where radius of curvature is more, so charge accumulation is less, means charge is staying less, okay. Where radius is more, charge is less. Radius is less, charge is more. So that is what is written. That is what it is written here. Okay. So for a conducting body, okay, charge density is not uniform. It is maximum where the radius of curvature is minimum, and vice versa. Okay. So please complete this. And here you see here a small charge R and a small capital R is there. And here are 3 charges. Here are 6 charges I have given plus plus plus. Okay, you can see in the figure. And please do this. Please do this figure. And here capital R is greater than small r. That's why sigma into R. Okay, sigma subscript R. Sigma subscript R is less than sigma subscript small r. Okay. So write this property. This is important property. So I hope you are understanding, all of you. Yes. Okay. No. Right hand side is not from the center. Remember, everyone remember, we are not taking from the center. We are talking about the curvature. You see. So, but it is a curvature. Then you can assume it is a circle like this. Then here it is center. Now this is the radius of curvature. If it is a small curvature, then you can assume this is a small circle. And here it will be center. Here it is small r. Okay. I hope you are understanding. You see. You don't tell it is from center. It is not a distance from here to here. It is not like that. Okay. Each curvature is having its own radius. Remember always. Each curvature is having its own radius. Okay. Okay, good. Now next write number 4th point. Okay, number 4th point what? My charge is always associated with mass. That means what? My charge body must have a mass, but a massive body may or may not have charge. That means, suppose it is a body, this mass body, it cannot have charge. That means it can be neutral. That means your total charge can be 0. So when total charge on the body is 0, it is called a neutral. But that means here you see, so here it is a mass massive body, but it don't have charge. That means neutron. Neutron is a mass. Okay, neutron inside the atom. You have a neutron. So neutron is a massive body, but it don't have charge. The charge is 0. Okay. So I hope you are understanding. So that means, so that's what they're telling. Charge is always associated with mass. That means you cannot have a body which is having only charge but no mass. Okay. You cannot get like this. Never you will get. That means a object is having only charge but no mass. Mass is 0. It is impossible. Okay. So that's why charge is always associated with the mass. That means a charged body must have a mass, but massive body may or may not have mass. These all are okay. Language type question. Please remember. Okay, language type question. Remember this 4th point also right. 3rd point and 4th point. Okay. And the next class some other property we'll see. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. You see, this is a small property looking, but this property will this properties will help you doing the problems. Okay. So please write. Yes. Okay, everyone. So charge is always associated with mass. Okay. Completed. Yeah. So up to this you write, and number 50 point and 67 will write next class. So that is an important point. Okay, because we don't have time now. Okay, if you want to write, you can write this one. No issues. Only 50 point to write. Okay. So 50 point write. Additivity of charges. So what is that? If a system contains n charge, with this last point to write only, then after we'll stop. Okay. Now you remember always, everyone remember, suppose you are telling if this mass is 4 kg, this mass is 4 kg, and it is having 2 microcoulomb. Okay. Then after you don't tell. Suppose it is your 2 kg. This 2 kg should have less than this 2 microcoulomb. Not like that. It can have also 4 microcoulomb. No issues. There is no relation between charge and masses like that. Okay. Charge is a fundamental differently, and Q is another property. Okay. Q is another different property. Okay. That means if a 4 kg block can have 2 microcoulomb, can have 10 microcoulomb. No issues. Okay. But when we tell, yeah, understanding? Yes. Okay. Okay, then good. Okay. Now one last property, right? We'll stop here. So that is additivity of charge. So that is what? Additivity of charges. So if a system contains n charges, q1, q2, q3 dot dot up to qn. Okay, that means q1 can be 1 coulomb, q2 can be minus 1 coulomb. Okay, like that. So if a system contains n charges, then total charge of the system is nothing but you have to add. So simply add q1 plus q2 plus q3 plus dot dot up to n. Okay, qn. So simply add. And while adding, keep proper sign. Okay, positive charge keep as positive, negative charge keep as negative. So this proper sign should be kept. Okay, so that is called additivity of charges. Okay, so that means here you see one example where system is there. Everyone see here one system is there. Here 1 coulomb, here minus 2 coulomb, and here 3 coulomb, here 5 coulomb. If you add all charges, then 1 minus 2 plus 3 plus 5. So it is giving you how much? Now plus 7. Plus 7 or plus 6, whatever. 5 to 8, yeah, plus 7 is giving. Okay. So I hope you are understanding. So please write this property and remember additivity of charges. If a system contains n charges, q1, q2, q3 like this, then after simply you add with a proper sign you add, that's all. Okay. Don't do mistake in sign. Okay. After finishing property, you can do the numericals. Okay. So today up to this you complete. Okay. Today just some introduction, and remember this. Next class we'll try to complete properties. In Nivedita, you see here it is coming 531. 531 means 18 plus. Okay. That means here it is coming 80 plus coulomb. That means plus 8 coulomb. But another minus 2 coulomb is there in the system. That's why plus 9 is coming. 531 it is coming 9 plus 9, then minus 2. So it is becoming plus 7. So plus 7 coulomb is coming. Because 531 it is plus sign, but this 2 is minus. This 2 is minus. Okay, so that's why this minus sign is here. Huh? That's why keeping a minus here. So minus you are subtracting from the charge. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. Please complete this writing additivity of charges. Next class we'll understand conservation of charge and conservation of charge and this one quantization of charge, which is very important property. These two are important property. Okay. After completing that, we can do some numerical based on this. Okay. Okay. Okay, all of you see, I don't know, like you are 12th or you are which group, Ma Niveta? I'm not in any group. Okay, you please send me in a number. Okay, this number you kept, and send my number, WhatsApp number, keep this and send in this number. Sir, I need a note, that's all. Okay, immediately I'll send immediately. Okay, yeah, no need to worry, immediately I'll send. And I hope everyone understanding, no issues. Yes, okay, good. Okay. And please take this number and tell me you are 12th or you are preparing again. That means suppose you are repeater. Okay, you are 12th or repeater, please message me also. Those who repeater, please message. Okay, so I'll make some little arrangement for you, different arrangement. Okay, and the 12th I'll go here, no issue. Okay, please message also. Oh, yes, yes, Kaushal. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, Rahini 12th. Okay, Ritik also 12th. Okay, good. For 12th student, you write everything clearly. Okay, this is very important. Okay, very good. Okay, Ani, you are repeater. Okay, okay, Niveta 12th. Savita Begum also 12th. Okay, good. Don't worry. If once you are completing some concept, because I don't know you have studied or not these concepts. Okay, once I'm completing, we'll go for numericals. Okay, and I'm telling you without you knowing the yeah. Yes, yes. Okay, this extra means don't worry about extra. Okay, extra means what? This is a modification just. Some basic idea, more idea or understanding. That's all. Okay, no need to worry. You can remember because I am here now. I'll practice that same thing. Tomorrow I'll ask the same thing again. Okay, like this will be repeating the formula again and again in problem. So it will be never a burden for you. Don't worry. Okay, just you read. Okay, the syllabus, whatever is like given to you, either in state board or in NCERT or in NEET or JEE. Okay, that is you can complete. So that's why they're given like this. Okay, so you no need to worry. Okay, okay, thank you all of you. And the next class we'll meet, and we'll meet with video classes if possible. Okay, thank you. And don't worry, just keep the properties and formula from my note. Okay, whatever will come in the exam. So this is from all, will be only from the note only. Okay, it will not cross the concept from the note. Okay, yeah. Okay, good night.